What's going on, everyone? So, yesterday the Lakers handled business and got the win against the Cleveland Cavaliers, winning the first game of this back to back. Lakers pretty much were in command for a large majority, most of the game. They did have that hiccup in the first half of the third quarter, but then they righted the ship, extended the lead, and basically never looked back. Got the job done, which is what you want to see, right? You have 4 games left the rest of the way, 5, including the Cleveland Cavaliers game, and you need pretty much every single one of these wins, right? And I did say that when we had 13, 14 games left, I did say that I thought the Lakers would lose 3 games. The Milwaukee Bucks game, the Indiana Pacers game, and one of the Cavs or Minnesota game. But as we've seen, I was wrong about the Milwaukee Bucks game, which I will always be thankful. I will always be happy to be wrong in that regards, right? Whenever it benefits the Lakers, please sign me up for being a cup of wrong, right? Like, I will gladly take that. But I want to be wrong again in this back-to-back. Now, look, I've said if there was a day or so in between, I have all the confidence in the world that the Lakers win both of these games. But I thought that the Cavs game would be a little more hard fought. The Lakers, again, kind of controlled that the entire time. So I do have a lot more confidence going into this Minnesota game than I did, 2 weeks ago. Also, the Lakers were in a very different situation 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, or however long it was, when we still had like 14 games left. But now, after seeing that, okay, the Lakers, they handled business, right? In a lot of ways, they kind of were coasting at times, which bothers me a little bit. But at the same time, I get it. You got a back to back. You don't want to go 110%, especially when you have a lead and you're kind of just maintaining, you're kind of just weathering at that point. Okay, fine. But you got to handle business against Minnesota. Minnesota is still fighting for seeding. They're coming off of a tough loss, an embarrassing loss to the Phoenix Suns, as did the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Minnesota is going to bring their A game. Just because they sold against the Phoenix Suns does not mean that they're going to sell against the Los Angeles Lakers. Because guess what? It's the Lakers, and everybody's trying to sell to keep the Lakers out of the playoffs, and everybody's trying to show up to beat the Lakers. Because nobody wants to see the Lakers in the playoffs. And all the, little naysayers, all the little haters, all the little chirpers are going to say, oh, no, it's not that. Well, the proof has been in the pudding. Right? And the Lakers have been one of, if not the hottest team in the league the last few months. I mean, they've been spectacular. And they need to keep riding this momentum. You cannot drop the ball here, right? In my opinion, I think the Lakers have one loss. Not saying that they will lose, but I'm saying I think that they can afford one loss if they want that 7th or 8th. If they want the 6th seed, then I don't think that they can take any losses. But I think if they lose one game, the way everything's shaping up, the way that everything's looking, and how some of these teams play each other, in some cases even multiple times, I think the Lakers, if they take one loss, it's not Chicken Little, the sky is falling. I think that we can be okay, take a deep breath, let's right the ship, win our last 3 games. But I want this win in Minnesota. If they win today in LA, but against Minnesota, I actually think that they win outright. I actually think that they'll win their last 3 games against the Golden State Warriors, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the New Orleans Pelicans. And those games could be crucial because if you beat the Warriors, you don't have to worry about them anymore catching you, because at that point you'd have basically a 2-game lead minimum with basically 2 games left, and you'd have the tiebreaker. So you'd be good in that regard. And then if you beat the New Orleans Pelicans, that could be the difference between you potentially getting the leapfrog over them and putting yourself in the position of the 7th or maybe even the A seed, depending on how things shape up. Right now, the Lakers are tied, or they're in the A seed, but really they're kind of tied because Sacramento has the tiebreaker. Something you got to keep in mind. So yes, if you look at the standings right now, it shows that the Lakers are in the A seed, but they're only half a game ahead. However, they cannot finish with the same record as the Sacramento Kings. They have to finish 1 game better. So if Sacramento loses 1 game, you can't lose any. If Sacramento loses 2 games, then you can afford 1. Otherwise, they're going to overtake you, and then you're no longer in the A seed. So right now, in my opinion, the Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings are the 2 teams that we need to pace and win at least 1 game further. You get that if you beat the Pelicans coming up. You got to just continue to monitor the Sacramento Kings, make sure you do it done. But again, in my opinion, the Lakers control their own destiny. I have said this for basically 2 weeks now, right? If not longer, that the Lakers, and I've had people push back, oh, how can the Lakers control their own destiny? Because of what we've seen. Teams are going to lose, right? You can't control other teams winning or losing, but you know that other teams are going to lose. It's not an opinion. It's not a thought. It's a fact because these teams play each other, as we've already seen and as we're going to continue to see. You have the Suns and the Pelicans playing today. We need the Suns to beat the Pelicans. Why do we need the Suns to beat the Pelicans? Because Phoenix could lose and we could still not catch Phoenix, for one. Two, if Phoenix beats the Pelicans, then now we are tied for the 7th seed, which means now if we just beat the Pelicans on that final game, guess who's in the 7th seed? And also you're hoping and trusting that other teams are going to beat Phoenix. But another big factor is tiebreakers. Yes, the Lakers have the tiebreaker over the Sacramento or over the Phoenix Suns. They don't have it over Sacramento. They have it over the Phoenix Suns, and they have it currently. And if they win that final game against the Pelicans, they have it against the Pelicans as well. However, if it goes into a 3-way tie, then it goes into division wins. And the Lakers, unfortunately, lost all 4 games to Sacramento, which means that they would fall to the bottom of that totem pole, which the Lakers do not want. They cannot afford to have that. So the Lakers, in my opinion, need to win outright if they want a real shot at that 6th seed. Also, to just give them that cushion that they don't have to worry about anything and be able to just finish at bare minimum in that 7th or 8th spot. But again, one game at a time. LeBron has stressed. Rui Hachimura has stressed. They both have talked about heavily that they understand that they need to win every game, that there's no margin for error. They have to win every game, and that's their plan. That's their goal. Well, it continues in Minnesota. You got that first game. You had 5 games left. You got that first one, right? You ended up beating the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now you're in LA. You've been good at home. Handle business against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and now the Lakers will be in great shape. We're on a 4-game win streak. That is great. We need to push this to really what? It'd be 8-game win streak is what we need to go on to finish the season, which that would be ridiculous because not only one, would it give us an 8-game win streak and potentially even the 6th seed, but also what it does is now you have all this momentum, you have all this belief, you have all this excitement. There's so many factors that you would have going into the playoffs, right? Especially if you get that 6th seed. To think like, man, we closed on an 8-game win streak. We won. At that point, it would be like, 13 out of 14 games. And going in, right? You're riding a high. You're the best team in the league at that point. Like, as far as like record-wise goes in that 14-game stretch, like, it's everything you can ask for, right? Like, you can't ask for a better result. So we need the Lakers to continue to handle business, progress, and just continue to control their own destiny. We need a couple of these teams to lose. Like I said, maybe we get lucky and a Brooklyn Nets team beats although they're coming off of a back-to-back, but maybe they could beat Sacramento. Brooklyn, unfortunately, doesn't really have anything to play for. They're officially ruled out of the play-in. There's not enough games left for them to catch the Atlanta Hawks or the Chicago Bulls, but the Nets are on a 2-game win streak. So maybe they keep trying to play spoiler, keep trying to win some games, finish their season on a high. So maybe we get a lucky break there, and maybe you see Lakers beat the Timberwolves, Suns beat the Pelicans, and then if you can get the lucky break of the Nets beating the Kings, all of a sudden you're looking good. I mean, obviously we'd like the Jazz to beat the Warriors, but the Jazz are on like an 11-game losing streak. The Warriors are at home, and they've been just as hot, if not slightly less than the Lakers have been. So, don't want to. It would be nice, but realistically, probably not going to happen. But anyway, let's see how it shapes up. But we got to do our part. We got to pull out our win. We got to get this done. As always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? think the Lakers get the job done. Think that they handle business, end up winning this back-to-back. Again, I said originally, but things have changed. I believe the Lakers are going to get it done. I believe the Lakers are going to win it. When I originally said this was like 13 games ago now at this point. But I said what I said. I would love to be wrong. Again, please make me wrong. Please tell me my prediction earlier was wrong. Lakers handle business and they get the win, right? I would love that. But in the same breath, if the Lakers lose, do not panic. It's not panic time. It's not panic mode. It's not, oh my God, the sky is falling. But it definitely wouldn't, it's not great, but we just got to win outright. You win the other 3 games the rest of the way, the Lakers will be in good shape. Because again, these other teams are going to continue to lose games. But we'll see. Anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.